This is a sole communication between Yu Menglong and Yuin. It's transmission, cataloging the true and false information Yu was forced to release. At present, many of the messages Yu has spoken about in public interviews were released while he was under the control of agents and acting under instructions from his management company. They do not reflect his true inner voice. Moreover, much of this content can be misleading for those seeking the truth. Therefore, I would like to share what I understand to be the real situation, in the hope that it will help with uncovering the truth. 1. The origin of his name mentioned in multiple interviews. Public information. You said his name was chosen by his mother. His mother loved Qiang Yao's novels and TV dramas, especially Misty Menglong in the Moonlight, so she named him Menglong. As a child, he was introverted and shy, and felt the name didn't sound masculine enough. He was embarrassed to have others call him by it. But after learning the origin of the name, he found it poetic and was grateful to his mother. Once described the name as a gift from mom. Actual situation. This poetic name was given to you by his management company before he entered the entertainment industry. His adoptive mother did not have that level of education, too. How his parents got along. 2019 variety show Public Information. Host Zhang Shaogang asked you what kind of family he grew up in. You laughed and said, "My parents actually bicker and tease each other all the time." He told an anecdote. His father had gained weight for a while and his mother complained. What happened to you? You used to be quite handsome when you were young. His father took this to heart and started working out, even earning a fitness instructor certification in his 3rd year, and had kept it up for 10 years by then. You spoke about this with great pride, feeling that his father didn't do it for himself, but because he cared about his mother's feelings and was willing to make the effort to change. Zhang Shogong remarked afterward, "Your dad is truly a man of backbone." Actual situation. This segment was scripted by the company. Yu was required to say it. His adoptive father died when Yu was around 5 years old. There was no 10 years of working out. 3. Happiness in his birth family mentioned in multiple interviews. Public information. Yu expressed in interviews that his birth family was very happy. Although his parents were ordinary people who liked to bicker, their relationship was strong and the family atmosphere was warm. He was the only child, raised with the love of his parents and the doting of his maternal grandmother. He said family was his softest spot, and that when the family was together, they never ran out of things to talk about. Every time he talked about his parents and family, he became noticeably more lively. When asked what kind of family he grew up in, his first reaction was always to smile. Actual situation. Yu's sense of family happiness came from his interactions with his adoptive mother, but the reality was not nearly that happy. When he was around 10 years old, he was sent to the bed of high-ranking officials and his adoptive mother was powerless to stop it. 4. Mom supported his hobbies. Public information. You mentioned that he loved photography from a young age, that his mother and grandmother were his earliest subjects. His mother often took him to various places to shoot. Both parents fully supported his interests without any worry about it affecting his studies. His mother's attitude was, as long as you're happy. Actual situation. Photography was something you specifically learned in order to gather evidence on criminal networks. His adoptive mother was unaware of this, and his adoptive father had long since passed. His interest in photography received no support from any family member. 5. Family atmosphere and attachment to family public information. You said his family atmosphere was especially warm, with his grandmother and parents at home. Every time he went back, he felt especially happy. In interviews, he said his ideal life was having a long holiday during Chinese New Year to go home, be with family, do nothing, and just relax. In multiple interviews, whenever his mother was mentioned, his eyes would redden and he couldn't hold back tears. Others would joke, "You love your mom so much, how could you bear to leave home to pursue your career?" Actual situation. The reason Yu's eyes reddened was because he felt the injustice of his ill-fated life. Surrounded by so many agents, some treated him with extreme hostility, such as Dukong. Some belittled or humiliated him, and some even violated him. Because he was controlled by these agents, he rarely had the opportunity to visit his adoptive mother's home, so every time he did go back, he He cherished it deeply. 6. Always had a peaceful relationship with his parents' public information. You described himself as having always been quiet from childhood, never going through a rebellious adolescent phase, and always having a very peaceful relationship with his parents. Actual situation. You was a very filial child. Although he and his adoptive mother were together only infrequently, he still treasured their bond deeply after all. His adoptive mother truly cared for him with all her heart. 7. His parents' attitude toward his love life public information. In early programs, you mentioned that his parents never asked about or interfered with his search for a partner. But influenced by his family, he had always longed for a traditional, stable marriage. Actual situation. You already had someone he liked at that time, but it remained only at the level of liking, because he was under surveillance and control by agents. Even if he were to actually marry, the person would be an agent, never someone he truly loved. 8. Bought a house and put it in his parents' names, public information. According to interviews and public information, you scrimped and saved to buy his first apartment and put it in his parents' names, even planting his mother's favorite china. Roses for her. Actual situation, Yu's income from acting was actually quite low. The vast majority of his earnings were taken by his management company. Under such difficult circumstances, buying a home was extremely challenging. When Yu was acting or doing endorsements, the clothes were provided by the production. Offset and back home, he had only 2 or 3 outfits to rotate through, and only 1 down jacket. There are deeper circumstances behind Yu's charitable donations in order to protect the individuals involved. No further details can be disclosed at this time. 9. Mom's professional background public information. Yu's mother was a music teacher with Kyung Yao-style romantic sensibilities. When Yu auditioned for Superboy in 2013, it was reported that his mother personally helped him choose the competition song, Finally Waited for You. Actual situation, Yu's adoptive mother had a limited education and was not a music teacher. This does not mean Yu is lying. All the talking points were arranged by the management company. Because the management company was also run by agents, they fabricated Yu's family background, partly to construct a perfect, happy public image for Yu, and partly to conceal his tragic life story. Fabricating a background in which the adoptive mother was a music teacher would easily raise suspicions. Yu's education expenses were clearly disproportionate to her income. In reality, Yu's education was funded by CCP's intelligence organization. 10. Concern for his mom, Yu often said, "My mom has had such a hard life, and I will definitely make sure she lives well in the future." Actual situation. This was Yu's genuine sentiment. His adoptive mother, due to her limited education, had a relatively low income. Despite this, she devoted everything she had to caring for him. It truly was not easy. His adoptive mother once said, "This is the child I raised doing odd jobs," and that was the truth. 11. The Yu family members seeking justice for Yu actual situation. They are not Yu's real family, but they genuinely loved and cared for this child. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share the video. Follow UN Transmission on Gangjing World to read more articles.